Hello YouTube! Guess what? It's time to talk about Infinity War. Infinity War is the culmination of 10 years of Marvel and Disney's efforts to bring us this cinematic universe. And I do gotta say that it does it just so well. It's like 10 years ago they had this baby of an idea, and then 6 years ago when Avengers came out and we see Thanos in the, ending credit scene and everything like that, it feels like that part of our life is almost fulfilled, since we still have to get Infinity, Avengers 4, Infinity whatever it's called or anything like that. This is not a review. This is just some topics that I wanted to discuss and everything like that, because the internet's discussing about them, or things that I thought were really cool about the film. However, since I am talking about the film and there's no way to talk about Infinity War without giving spoilers, huge spoiler warning right off the bat. If you haven't seen Infinity War yet, it's almost been out for a month. Stop this video, look up wherever your local movie theater is, go and get some tickets, and go see the damn movie, okay? Alright, let's get into it. Thanos. What movie isn't complete without its antagonist and or villain? Now, Thanos in the comic books, his original origin was he was in love with Death, okay? And to prove his love to her and everything like that, he got the Infinity Gauntlet, got the gems, and did the snap and everything like that to dust half of the freaking universe just to impress her. However, I really like the way that Infinity War changes his character. You actually feel sorry for him sometimes, and then right after that you feel so pissed at him again. I mean, the scene with Gamora and the Soul Stone perfectly embodies everything that Thanos is about. Josh Brolin took this character and brought him to life so convincingly that he's one of the best villains out of the MCU. Okay, now the internet has been doing a lot of, oh, it's his fault, 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 jokingly and actually really, against it and everything like that, and very pissed at Chris Pratt and everything. Yeah, Star-Lord made a mistake, and his mistake could have ended up making the snap happen. However, I don't hate this, okay? To me, it fits exactly with Star-Lord's character. If you remember back in Guardians Volume 2, when he finds out by Ego, his father, that he purposely put a tumor in his mom so she could die, what exactly does Star-Lord do?
What? No, alright. I know that sounds bad.
Yeah, that. He goes batshit crazy. So then finding out someone, Thanos, who considers himself the dad of Gamora, someone he cares about and loves and has become part of his new family, finds out that she was killed and he failed to save her, you're gonna be upset. I don't care who you are. If you were in the same situation, emotions get the better of people all the time. And Quill has already lost so much. He lost his mother, he lost his father, because he had to kill him, who killed his mother, then he lost his surrogate father and everything like that. He's just lost so much that losing Gamora was too much. And granted, yes, he was willing to kill Gamora. He made that promise and everything. However, even though he pulls the trigger, he closes his eyes, and if he would have succeeded with that instead of bubbles, then I really think that Star-Lord would have been completely different throughout the rest of the film. And also mentioning with Star-Lord, there are going to be some repercussions. Unless time travel works it to where nobody remembers, when he comes back and they find out, especially Rocket, when he finds out that it was Quill who could have been the reason why they failed, in Guardians 3, it seems like Quill's going to have to earn back his leadership role and everything like that, which will be cool to see, because Quill better come back, damn it. Also, too, a nifty little thing I noticed, too, which I'm sure all you guys did, too, so I'm not calling you stupid or anything, but when Rocket is talking with Thor, when he's like, okay, time to be the captain and everything, when Thor asks, what else could I lose, Rocket's, well, I could personally. Personally, I could lose a lot, which he does. Besides Nebula, he loses everybody. Even Groot, who calls him Dad before he just disappears. Rocket loses everybody, and that's a nice little foreshadowing. But I don't hate him because I feel like his outburst was meant to happen because of the overall idea that Doctor Strange has, which leads me to my next segment. Doctor Strange and his plan. Now, throughout the movie, Doctor Strange says that his job is to protect the Time Stone. He even tells Tony at one point that if it comes to his life, Peter's life, or the Time Stone, he will not hesitate to let them die. However, towards the climax of the battle on Titan with Tony and them, Tony's the only one left standing and takes on Thanos head to head and ends up getting a stab in the freaking side for it. Before Thanos finishes Tony off, Doctor Strange asks Thanos to spare his life and he'll give him the Time Stone, which he does, which then he replies later to Tony that we're in the endgame now. And then Star-Lord regains consciousness and attacks and everything, but then Thanos leaves to go get the final stone and everything like that. Now, everything seems to have played out the radar. I'm definitely certain that Tony is needed for whatever this big master plan is. Strange went into the future and saw 14,605 different outcomes to the fight, and only one they win. So Star-Lord freaking out on, Thanos like he did, giving up the Time Stone, sparing Tony's life, and the snap finally happening are all part of Doctor Strange's master plan. They have to be, because he would not have just given up the stone as easily as he did. And I really, really want to believe that him plus all the other heroes are going to come back, except for the people who died before the snap. Speaking of which, the deaths before the snap. The movie opens up and pulls no punches. Immediately, Thor's freaking Asgardian ship is attacked. He's down, everyone's down for the count, and even Hulk gets his ass kicked by Thanos. Loki ends up dying, and it seems like it could be real this time, even though he finally, Loki's character growth is fully and everything like that, and his death, you feel sad for it, not just because he's one of the best MCU villains, but he was just such a fun character. They kill Heimdall, just like that, simple things, and then blow up the ship and everything like that. So unless there's time travel involved in Avengers 4, those people aren't coming back. Not at all. Anybody who died at that point in time, it would make sense that they didn't come back. But then you've got Gamora and her death. This scene in the entire movie, it's just brilliant in my opinion. It is brilliant. You fully see what Thanos is capable of and the person he is. And even though Gamora thinks it's funny until she realizes she's fucked, it really shows you how much Thanos is willing to give up. And that leads into the theory that was confirmed by the Russo brothers that her soul is within the Soul Stone. So Gamora seems to be the only one, if time travel isn't involved, which it kind of does seem like it is, that she would be the only one who could possibly come back, unlike Heimdall and Loki, because, they perished before the snap and everything like that. Here's hope. What is with the Hulk? I mean, throughout the entire movie, after getting his ass handed to him by Thanos, he refuses to come out except for to tell Banner no. Now, the Russos said when they did this that they wanted to show Banner being able to take care of himself as a hero. But if you go to a storyline perspective, there's a couple of theories to why Hulk didn't do what he, didn't come out and help Bruce when he could have at any point in the time. Plus, the trailer that they showed with Hulk running with all the heroes. Theory 1. Hulk is scared, okay? He just got his ass kicked by someone he believed he was the strongest person in the universe. Hulk is the strongest there is. He was winning gladiator fights for 2 years straight. And then all of a sudden this dude literally kicks his ass. it seems to me that, yeah, Hulk is scared. He's not coming out because he kind of just had his pride destroyed, basically. Just destroyed. And that, to me, would make sense to why, he ain't coming out. And the final theory, which is one that I really don't buy into, is the Hulk is upset because after 2 years of running the show and everything, Banner stops popping up, took him away from his awesome gladiator job and everything like that. So the Hulk's upset with Banner and refuses to come out because of that. This one I don't buy. It has to deal with what Thanos did to Hulk, and that's the reason why Hulk refuses to come out. I do believe this. Theory 2. Hulk is scared, but this theory comes from people who believe Hulk is scared because he can't protect Banner anymore. Because he gets his ass kicked so easily, he feels like he's not able to protect Banner. Every time Banner tried to kill himself, or act, or jump towards the Rainbow Bridge, or, anytime that the Hulk needed to come out to save Bruce, he did, and he successfully did what he was supposed to do. This time, however, he didn't. So maybe the Hulk believes that he don't want to come out on the fact that he can't protect Bruce anymore. And the final theory, which is one that I really don't buy into, is the Hulk is upset because after 2 years of running the show and everything, Banner stops popping up, took him away from his awesome gladiator job and everything like that. So the Hulk's upset with Banner and refuses to come out because of that. This one I don't buy. It has to deal with what Thanos did to Hulk, and that's the reason why Hulk refuses to come out. I do believe this. Plot holes, or inconsistencies, or anything that doesn't match with any of the other previous MCU films. Now, a lot of these were pointed out to me by other people doing videos and everything like that, yeah, I did think about it, but some of them I'm like, okay, not a big deal. Like the first one, Scarlet Witch's accent is gone. It was explained by the directors that because she was being taught by Black Widow how to hide in plain sight and they are on the run from the government, she suppressed her accent and everything. Which is fine with me, because I didn't even notice the accent was gone, because I was just enjoying the movie so much. And yeah, it's weird to not hear Wanda speak with that Russian accent, but after watching the movie a few more times, I don't mind it. I still think Elizabeth Olsen does an amazing performance as the character, so I'm cool with it. Sony, you done fucked up Spider-Man again. This one I do agree with. But again, it's something that if you really don't mind, it's not a big deal. But in Homecoming, it stated that 8 years happened after the events of Avengers, which would lead the movie into 2020, which doesn't work because the events of Infinity War do happen in 2008. So what? Spidey definitely comes back and Tony will still be around and then he'll have that, but then that takes place right after Civil War, so there's that big inconsistency. To me, I don't mind this that much. We know that it's 6 years since that and everything, and hopefully Sony and Marvel will fix that in this Homecoming sequel, but it's not a huge problem with me because timelines in movies have always been messed up. I mean, the X-Men timeline was all over the fucking place until we got Days of Future Past, which could retcon and fix everything, so that's an okay plot hole to me as well. The Infinity Gauntlet. Throughout all of the MCU films, in Thor you saw it in Ragnarok, you saw it at the end of Avengers Age of Ultron, and then all of a sudden you find out that Dimitri the Dwarf is the one who made the Infinity Gauntlet for Thanos. Now, the reason why I don't have too much of a problem with this is because he still could have made it because Thor had not been there for a long time and didn't even know the star went out till he went there because he had to get a new weapon, Stormbreaker, which is fucking awesome, by the way. So, at any point during the entire time of the MCU, Thanos could have went there and made him make the gauntlet because he knew at some point he would need it, and then he put it away in a vault that you see at the end of Age of Ultron, because besides the Space Stone, that the Power Stone, the other stones did not pop up until later. So by the time Age of Ultron happens, at least he knew of four of the stones, because I forgot the Reality Stone, Thor the Dark World, and everything like that. So he knew where at least four of them were. So then that, fine, I'll do it myself, is him getting ready to do what he needs to do. And still there's that inconsistency of there's a big time frame there of him not doing anything in that. So, yeah, it's a problem and everything like that. And then you go to Thor, the Ragnarok, where Hela even pushes the fake one and goes, fake, which fixed it, but then Infinity War fucked it up again. So what I'm thinking is Thanos had the glove made, and Odin maybe knew about it, but went into the Odin sleep or something like that, and he made a copy of it made, hoping that Thanos, and you know what, no, it doesn't work. Sorry, Russo brothers, you kind of fucked up the whole Infinity Gauntlet thing, so, and I can't think of any way to fix it, so yeah, you done fucked that up. Guardians of the Galaxy and the whole Gamora of her last freaking race. Now, I never noticed this because, yeah, when I'm watching an MCU film, I'm looking for little things here and there, but I really don't pay attention. But apparently in the first Guardians, it's stated on the little thing of her rap sheet that she's the last survivor of her race. Then you jump forward to Infinity War, where it finds out that half of her population was wiped out, only her mom was killed because you never see her dad, and that place is now thriving. It's a paradise. So the only thing I can think of here is maybe Nova Corps got their information wrong, or believed her to be the last one because they never went back to the planet, or nobody from that planet talks or anything like that, or Thanos, or I don't know. It's a small little problem, but you know, it is a hard one to explain. But again, it's not one that ruins the movie for me until it was pointed out. The snap. The final part of the entire movie where Thanos, for once in the MCU, the villain wins. He totally wins. He snaps his fingers because Thor had to aim for the chest instead of the head, and half the universe is completely obliterated and everything. Along with at least 12 heroes. Now again, these heroes are of course the newer ones. You got Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man, Black Panther, it's been a while since there. Groot, all of the Guardians except for Rocket and Nebula, Falcon and everything like that, Doctor Strange, so like almost everybody that we see gets, snapped away and everything like that. And this is where I believe the movie was trying to hit us in the feels, but I also feel like it was to hit the characters in the feels. The only person left on Titan after the snap is Tony and Nebula. Not sure why Nebula, but Tony, he just watched people he cared for, the man who saved his life, the little kid that he was like a surrogate father to and everything, disappeared. And that's where the movie really hits hard, especially with Spider-Man. Tom Holland did an amazing job improvising the lines he had, and then him dusting into freaking Tony's arms and everything. Really fucked up. And then that's when, Doctor Strange is like, there was no other way, which leads to his plan and everything. Besides that, Vision doesn't get dusted, but he does get killed. So, like, in an instant, oh, and Winter Soldier, Bucky, almost forgot. So, like, just in an instant, like he says on Titan, all those people are gone. Now, this will lead to massive chaos within the world for people disappearing in helicopters, like they show in the end credit scene and everything like that. But then they lead into something interesting and everything like that, is that the old Avengers are left. Rocket and Nebula and War Machine aside, the original core Avengers, including Hawkeye, because he will be in Avengers 4, are the ones who are left. The old guard is left, and they've got to find a way to make the sacrifices and save the new guard, including Peter and everything. And it really sucks on the Spider-Man level, because Aunt May, it's been told by the Russos, was not affected by the snap. So Peter's gone, and Aunt May's not. And the movie almost got me. I mean, I freaked when Tony got stabbed and Spider-Man was heartbreaking, but I really didn't get hit right here until the credits were hitting and they were doing the somber version of the Avengers theme, and you see the title, Dust Away. That's what got me. That's when, one, I thought that this was an amazing movie, and Disney did right. Now we just have to wait for the fourth movie to finally get the ending of that 10-year wait and that build-up that we've had. Okay, Avengers 4. From the pictures and everything, it looks like it's going to be a time travel film. Totally. But there's still the question of exactly what they want to do. The actor Sebastian Stan, who plays Bucky, stated at one point in Avengers 4, all characters are, on screen at the same time, which is awesome. Which means we'll finally get that Avengers Assemble line that we've been waiting for and everything like that. But it seems like Cap is going to be the one who draws the short straw. Tony doesn't deserve to die. He doesn't. After everything he's been through, making him die doesn't make sense. Let him have his time with Pepper and move on. And if you don't want Robert Downey Jr. doesn't want to do anymore, you don't have to kill him. The way I see this movie working out would be amazing is towards the end, they finally, instead of the idea that's been leaked that Captain America will build Mjolnir and get killed, and then Hulk will wield a new Infinity Gauntlet and lose his arm. How I want to see it is Thanos gets wind of what the heroes are doing, so he comes to stop them and everything because of his whole paradise thing and that, even though if you just made more resources and shit, nobody had to die, Thanos, you damn stupid man, Titan. Anyway, you have all the heroes there who are alive at this point, okay? And you have Cap there. And throughout Infinity War, the whole thing bounced back and forth is we don't trade lives and everything. And this is where I think it would do a good 360 kind of thing and everything like that. You have Cap there. They rustle the gauntlet away from Thanos. They did it with the help of Hulk and everybody. They do it. And Cap puts on the gauntlet. Not Nebula. Yes, Nebula deserves her vengeance, but just hold on. This is good, I think. As he's there, Thanos is down. Thanos is beaten. He's not down and out, but he's gonna get back up and start fighting. Hulk is like holding him back like this as Thanos is like this and everything because he's so weak. And you have Tony looking at Cap, where earlier in the film he gives Cap back the shield. Cap drops the shield, has the gauntlet, looks at Tony. Tony's like, what are we doing? We don't trade lives. And you have Cap smile. That's all. He smiles, snaps. As he snaps, you watch all the heroes and people who did get dusted start reappearing. All around, all the heroes are back, they know what's happened and everything like that, and they're back. Yay. And as they're getting ready to fight and everything, you see Cap slowly dusting. Slowly. Long enough for them all to realize what he did. He trades his life for everybody else's in the universe. And I think that would be a really amazing thing. And previously in the movie, you could have it set up where Cap gives something to Tony to give to Wanda when she comes back. And what it is for her to destroy the stones, which I do believe she can do because her powers came from a stone, after all is said and done. Which she does. That way, people get their Cap makes his sacrifice, but he doesn't go down like a chump or in a fight. He goes down making the ultimate sacrifice like he would. That's something I believe Cap would do. Then you could have somebody pick up Cap's shield, like Bucky, who is going to take over for Cap. Have it there, Tony's there, all the heroes are there, Thanos is finally up, puts Hulk back, Hulk stands in there, then you hear it. Avengers assemble. And then they all go after Thanos. They all attack him using all of their strengths and everything like that. To do all that, and then bam! Thanos is beaten, not dead. Don't kill him. If you kill him, then, he might not go back like his wounds, he might try to come back, but have him beat to where he has to leave. And after he does, Wanda destroys all of the gems, including the Time Stone. None of them can be around. And boom, then you have it. Some of the old guard can retire, the new guard can take over, the universe has been saved, and Cap makes the ultimate sacrifice. Believe me, I don't want Cap to die, but Chris Evans has been very, very secretive on the fact if he's going to re-sign or not. So if he doesn't, I don't want Cap to die, but if he has to, that's the way he deserves to go out. That way right there would be a beautiful way for him to go out. Okay, you're gonna have to cut this in because you were supposed to mention it previously and everything like that. And also mentioning with Star-Lord, there are going to be some repercussions. Unless time travel works it to where nobody remembers, when he comes back and they find out, especially Rocket, when he finds out that it was Quill who could have been the reason why they failed, in Guardians 3, it seems like Quill's going to have to earn back his leadership role and everything like that, which will be cool to see, because Quill better come back, damn it. Also, too, a nifty little thing I noticed, too, which I'm sure all you guys did, too, so I'm not calling you stupid or anything, but when Rocket is talking with Thor, when he's like, okay, time to be the captain and everything, when Thor asks, what else could I lose? Rocket's, well, I could personally. Personally, I could lose a lot, which he does. Besides Nebula, he loses everybody, even Groot, who calls him Dad before he just disappears. Rocket loses everybody, and that's a nice little foreshadowing. So that's my take on Avengers Infinity War. That movie kicked ass and everything like that, and there might have been some little minor things here that I didn't get to talk about. Hey, I only saw the movie a couple times and everything like that, but it is an amazing movie, and you definitely should go and check it out and everything. Leave a comment down below if there's something that you don't disagree with me, you agree with me on, or you want to talk more about and everything. And keep an eye out for the review whenever I get it done, possibly when, around August and everything like that. Thank you for watching. 8 Retentive Gamer, signing off.